All right, let me check this audio real quick. Make sure we're all working. All right, all appears well. So today, as you can see, I need to do a I need to test some colors. I've got some metallic for the base. I'm going to test these two steel colors. For for Captain America's shield, I'm going to try some chrome with some transparent reds and blues. I'm also going to try this elven armor just to see what kind of blue that gives me. For Thanos, for his suit, I've got to find the right gold. So a few of these spoons I've already tested a while back. So I've already got them out on the table, which is awesome. So I'm going to be building up my library a little bit more today. So I have a pearlized copper, I think is what this one is. Yeah, pearl copper. But I don't have it with a black base. So I'm just going to do primer for these. I'm not going to do a shiny, like a gloss black or anything. Just going to do primer on this. I want to see how they look with minimal effort as I can. So first things first, I've got to prime all these spoons. And I've got all my other parts primed, but I need to double check them to make sure that they're completely coated. Like here I missed a spot. So, which is surprising because I hosed this thing down. So, yeah. So I'm gonna give this one a once over. Check everything out. My seams, his arms look pretty good. Can't really tell unless you're looking really hard at them. So anyway, yeah, I think I just need to give everything an inspection. Oh, see, primer right there. So I'm gonna go back right there. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and hit these with a little bit more primer, and then we'll get these spoon tests going. The spoon tests always take a second because changing out colors in between is a pain in the buttocks. And with these pearl paints, I have to use airbrush thinner when I thin them so that the flake doesn't clump up. So anyway, a lot of fun stuff today. First things first, primer. Which, yeah, I should have plenty. I am running out. I went to the hobby shop today. They still haven't replenished their primers, so I'm trying to avoid from buying from Amazon as much as I can, but it is what it is. So yeah, anyway, first step is this Vallejo primer. So I should do it over here since I'm going to be using it over here. cup of cleaning. I'm not exactly sure what was in here before, but whatever it was, it's not good. All right. Touch up some parts first. Those can be drying. Spots of sand down right there. Can't decide if I care enough about that right now or not. Yeah, now's the time to do it. Alright, so I apologize, not all of this is going to be on camera today because I am maxed out space. I also got some little wire connectors. I want to give those a go. I have to do a bunch of soldering. $400's a little rough. Let's go 6. What's up, Mars? Yeah, man, I'm in the middle of priming and paint testing. I've got to prime these spoons first, but I just noticed a couple little spots on Thanos' torso that I missed during the sanding process. A couple little sport marks. I'll try to do all this on camera, but as you can see, I'm running out of space here. Yeah, so I didn't see. There's a couple little support marks right here on his shoulder that I didn't see until after I got it primed. Just gonna even those out a little bit because that's gonna bother me later. Yeah, some pitting. Nothing major though, and it's kind of like up underneath his armor, so I'm not totally worried about it. But I can get to him now. Now that I can see him, just knock him down a little bit. Right? Yeah, some of this stuff I couldn't help, like this, like the gauntlet, because I printed it in a clear resin so that I can run an LED in it. And with clear pieces, it's really hard to see all the little spots and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. Checking stuff for these little imperfections. Anything I want to go ahead and hit. Anything that jumps out at me. And then, yeah, see, like I missed a spot there. I missed a spot up here. I missed a spot right. Oh, actually, that's the spot I just made. Huh. There was one other spot I missed. Oh, on his shoulder. I was like, how did I miss that? It's right out of here in the open. Yeah, I missed that spot right there too. So, second round of priming, and then I'll be ready to start painting today. Once I get through all my primer tests here. I don't like these little support pits on this leather strap here. They're very minor, but it's there. You can see him now. See those little spots? Oh no, these are for me. These are just for my collection. I may get to the point where I'll be selling them though, because I'm going to be running out of space in my office in the next year or so. After this year, probably going to have, I don't know how much space I'm going to have left, to be honest. Kind of not sand down too much, so I'm kind of going slow at the moment. Got to be very procedural with it. Very trying to keep it isolated to just the little. It's just the top band, so it's like there are 2 layers of the little band here, and it's just the top layer that has the pits. If I go all the way around, I kind of regret starting that now. Actually, I may just stop where I am because it's fine. The ones there in the front bothering me, but the ones around the back I can live with. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, this Thanos that I'm making, it's actually so big it's not going to fit anywhere that I have currently. So I'm going to put a shelf up over my desk, and that's where he's going to live. He's going to live out in the open because he's just too big. I've got a couple more slots, and then once I think I can reorganize all of my Avengers statues onto that one shelf. If I can do that, I'll free up a cabinet, and then I'll have a lot more room. So, but I got a lot of villains planned for this year. So, yeah, I'm gonna be hurting to find a place for him. I need to do a Vader. I think Vader's gonna be my next villain statue after Thanos here. I need to change it up a little bit. I haven't done a Star Wars statue in a while. Maybe I'll do something in between. Maybe I'll do a DC character, like a Mr. Freeze or something. Alright, I got that edge now, I think. Alright, that one has got to be... Yeah, this base is like, it's gigantic. Like it's I don't know. I can't even, it's huge. I need to break out a tape measure and check it out, but yeah, it's gigantic. I don't have, like I said, I don't really have a place for it, so I have to make one. My little putty repair job on his armor right here turned out pretty nice. Happy with that. It's nice and smooth. Once I get that painted over, you know, it's gonna be like it never happened. All right, so that is ready for a touch-up. Primer. Let's check these boots. In fact, I need a little bit more light. So stuff's gonna get blown out for a second. Boot looks good. Check out this boot. This is the boot with the power in it. I also need to, I bought some little connectors, little speed connectors, so that I can hook up the so I can do the wiring before I try to do the assembly. I can finish the wiring. I pulled the wires through. I just want to add these little speed connectors so that it just makes so whenever I go to put them actually in the base, I can just snap everything together. I think if I do one at the battery terminal, one at his foot, so one here, and then one at his torso, and then one at his arm. How many do I have? I got plenty. So yeah, I think that'll do it. The connectors I got are really big though, so I don't know if they're gonna fit or not. I'm gonna have to connect them and then jam them up in there. So we'll see. Alright, let's check his little waist area here. Make sure I got up in there. Could probably use a hit. I could definitely use a hit rate. Alright, so that means, oh yeah, right there too. Not that you'd ever see those parts, but prime nose. Stick parts here. Need to make some room. I don't need my water stuff right now. There. Yeah, I pulled. I gotta pulling the wires through. Actually, in this one it wasn't so bad because his torso was so big. Like there was a little bit of a hook that I had to hook around, but that's okay. Pulling the wires through this actually wasn't that bad. And if you go back and watch my earlier live streams when I first started, oh man, you can't even see it. I put in a magnetic induction switch right here, and so that's pretty awesome. That man, once you paint over it, you can't see anything. And so with the magnetic induction switch, I put the magnet right here inside of a cap shield. You're not going to see this. I didn't sand that down. I wasn't trying to hide it. So yeah, so I put the magnet in here, and then once I put it inside the model, oh yeah, I gotta double check all these. So once I put it down inside the model and I turn the shield, it will activate and deactivate the light, which that's pretty dope. All right, I already checked that earlier, so that should be good. Oh, come here. I believe you are good as well. I went a little crazy on these guys because I really wanted to get it all done in one shot. So I kind of saturated the crap out of it. Feels good. I love like a well-primed part. Feels good to hold in your hands, even through my gloves. Feels nice. Yeah, thanks. My first instinct, like the first thing I was going to try was to remove one of these skulls or add a skull, which actually probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. Just add a skull somewhere so then you drop it on, it just would switch on, or take off the Iron Man helmet, and then when you put it on, it would thing. But that was just too much work. Looking at that just became a natural. Like once I saw it and dropped it in, and I felt like I could move it around, I could slide it pretty easily. That became the idea. So that was fun. Let's see if I can get this thing down in here. I had to shave off some of this so it would drop on there a little easier, but now of course it's making me look bad. What am I hitting? There it goes. Alright, we're gonna leave you that way so you're out of the way a little bit. Yeah, I had to go get some wash because I'm also seeing that like this thing has a mix of like dirt, like a dirt rock, and like some stone rocks. So I'm gonna kind of mix up my rocks in here a little bit, which would be pretty nice. Gotta paint all those skulls. Oh, I'm gonna do a light. I'm gonna light up Vader's saber. Come on, that's gonna happen. Who are you talking to? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do. I need to do that with all the lightsabers, all the Star Wars guys. I do. If they have a lightsaber, they light up. That's good. Oh, actually, some of these I should probably just leave up on sticks. Yeah, I need to do a Vader. I've got a whole set because like what I've done a Mace Windu, I've done a Obi-Wan. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna buy some like little 12 by 12 shelves, like single like flush mount shelves, and I've got my lightsaber collection mounted to the wall. So I think I want to pair each saber with a statue, which that'll be a lot of work, but that'll be fun. All right, so that one's good. Let's check these guys. I know these guys need spray. Didn't have any choice when I mounted them. I had to mount them with the alligator clips in place. See, like this one, I missed two little supports, like right there, dead center. And this was just because it's transparent. I have to be careful too to not rub the. I put a latex mask over the infinity stones. I got to make sure to not rub that off. So I don't like that. Get rid of that little booger. I want to see one more. Two more. Yep. And then yeah, after that, like I said, I'm gonna probably start running out of room, so we'll see what happens. But I have no intention of stopping. I do have a couple quarter scale slots I still need to fill. Not quite sure who's gonna get the privilege. I think I may do a quarter scale Iron Man. Just because Iron Man's probably my favorite. I don't really have a favorite, but I do enjoy Iron Man probably more than any of them. So I may do a quarter scale Iron Man, and then I got a Batman. I've got a Clayface fighting Batman. That one's really cool. I don't know if I want to do that one big or not. I definitely want to do a Juggernaut. A big old, well, I don't know how big. I might just do the regular standard size. He's still going to be big enough. But there's a Juggernaut and Colossus. I don't want to do the diorama, but I want to do the pair. So I have to keep that in mind. And I'm going to try to do two big statues. I guess Colossus probably isn't that big. But yeah, I want to do a Colossus and Juggernaut. Since right now I'm starting my year of villains, or at least I don't know if I'm going to make it a whole year, but probably not. At least for the first few statues, I want to do a villain run, is what I'm saying. How long that villain run lasts, I don't know, but I can really only finish probably one, maybe two statues a month. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting faster. So even if I do two statues a month, barring any, holidays, birthday gifts, etc., I could probably crank out. I don't want to say I'm gonna go. I don't have a goal of doing two every month, so I don't want to say it's gonna be 24. But if I could get into the high teens, if I could complete that many statues this year, that would be cool. I do enjoy staying busy though, and I'd rather be doing this. I'm trying to get into a good habit of doing this versus just sitting around watching television, playing games. But Marvel Rivals is fun. I've been playing Marvel Rivals over the holiday, and that shit's pretty fun. So I don't know, mix it up a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I got a Mr. Sinister. Actually, I got a really good statue of him and Vulture. Is he in Sinister Six? Can't remember. I think he is. Vulture, Green Goblin. The only villain I have right now is Doctor Octopus. I think. Do I have any other villains? I got a Doc Ock. Lobo kind is a bad guy, but he's kind of a anti-hero. Got a Magneto. He's kind of the same deal. He's not 100% villain. Where's my Exacto? Oh, a Legion of Doom set would be nice. You are correct about that. Do I need some... Where are my Exacto blades? A little container for my garbage blades. Of course, I don't know what's going to happen when I fill that up. Funny, I remember when we remodeled the bathroom in my grandpa's house, and inside the medicine cabinet, there's like a hole for old razor blades, like face shaving blades. And apparently everybody was cool with just shoving those blades up inside the walls. So when we opened up the drywall, there was just like a pile of like rusted razor blades inside the drywall. That was the weirdest thing to me. Like, why did somebody just assume that this is a good solution for razor blade disposal? But that does go back to my question of, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Get rid of all these Exacto blades I'm collecting on accident. Oh, that's fun. They already have some 3D statues out there for these guys. Of course they do. Oops, I'm pushing on that latex. Don't come off. Gotta be very, very careful about that. I usually don't stream this the pre-production work like this, but it's been a while since I had a live stream, so I figure I'll just go ahead and do this. I know it's not the most exciting content in the world, but it's important to see that, like, this is part of the process, you know? Like, people think you just press a button. You just press a button on your printer and this perfect little thing comes out, and that's just not the case. It takes a little spit and polish and elbow grease and choose your cliche, but it takes a little bit of work to make these things happen. I had a coworker, she was like, I was thinking about getting my son a printer, and I was like, well, first question is, how old is he? And I think she said he was like 12 or 13. And so I cautioned her. I was like, look, I mean, if you've got an adult that's going to learn to do it with them, that's fine. And they do it as a together thing, that's cool. But when you're talking about like chemicals and process and ventilation and there's a whole slew of things that I don't know if a 12-year-old is going to truly appreciate what's needed. Now, I don't know. I mean, it could be, a very talented 12-year-old and it'd be totally fine, but oh, that's a good idea, using a little generic base. Yeah, my son's he's in the process of learning Blender for the sole purpose of being able to export his custom character from Baldur's Gate. So he found this hack on YouTube. The guy's showing him how to extract your character. So that's been like a week of his life right now. That's awesome. Gets him to learn Blender. I think is a fantastic tool, 3D development. Yeah, I gotta get this gauntlet close to perfect because it's a high visibility spot. Anything on the statue that's gonna, people are gonna pay attention to, I try to put a little extra work in. Because like some of the spots on that base are terrible, but you're not really gonna see them. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I said. Unless he's just a savant. He's a genius and responsible and has attention to detail and always going to wear his safety goggles. No. And it sucks because I didn't want to discourage him. Because I think that there's, it's a fantastic hobby. Like, seriously, this is the best thing ever for an old dude like myself. Fucking fantastic. I remember growing up, the only options we had for models were car planes or cars or planes or like space shuttles and battleships, the submarines, shit like that. Like vehicles were basically, that was all you could find. It's all that existed for model makers. Unless you're making your own, of course. Not counting those guys. We've always had custom statue guys forever. But anyway, now that we have 3D printers and it's just, you can basically learn all the skills to make anything you'd want to make in the physical world. It's just a great time a really, really great time for this. So many little support pits. On the undersides of these gauntlet edges here. A lot of edges on this thing. A whole lot of islands. The way it was oriented. There's no other way to orient it, but overall, it's super nice print. Very, very happy with it, but I did have to pocket up to get it to print. Oh yeah, that's the plan. He's gonna. Well, I tried to introduce him to the hobby. To this, but I don't think he's interested. he does want to he does want me to print out his dude and his partner's little character. He does want me to print them both out, and which totally no problem there. I'm totally into that. So I'm going to print the pieces and prime them. I'm going to do all the pre-production work basically, and then just hand him some primed parts. See if he wants to paint them. I mean, he does want to paint them. Just saying, he's not going to want to go through this. And unless you have a passion for it, hell, I barely want to do it sometimes. But yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, so I'm gonna kind of split the difference. He's gonna do the 3D model, but I mean, I want him to. He's planning on going to school for art and for character design specifically, and so learning Blender, I think, is an excellent way to get into doing that. And I mean, I went to art school. I learned 3D software in college, and I didn't use it in my career, but it did get me where I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I highly encourage it. And if he ends up developing a passion for it, after he paints his 3D prints and paints his own little statue, then of course I'll introduce him to the painful parts of the hobby. But like I said, you really gotta want it before you get to the point. I mean, look at me. I'm spending hours and hours and hours sanding down like the tiniest little details. So yeah, I'm learning in my old age. I did try to introduce him to this when he was younger, a few years ago. Still old enough to enjoy it and understand it and whatever, but it didn't take, quote unquote. Like he did it once and that was it. It just kind of lost interest. But I mean, people lose interest in things until they have an external motivation. And spending time with one's father is not always the strongest motivator. So, but making a little character for your little partner, that'll do it. I'm just teasing. I don't care. I would love it if it's something that we could share, but at the same time, I just want him to be happy. These little spots I'm sanding down now. They're really inconsequential. Like, you could barely see them, but like, I know that they're there, and so when I'm in the middle of painting them, I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna feel these little spots hit my paintbrush, and I'm gonna hate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these while I'm in the middle of doing it. This is probably my most thorough inspection and cleanup of a statue. I'm trying to get better about it. Because there's some I did a really good paint job on, and a couple little print imperfections that I really should have taken care of slipped past me. It just kind of ruins the whole vibe, I'm like, oh, it would be perfect except for blah. So I'm tired of having that blah. I'm gonna take my time, get things the way I want them to be. Quit rushing the steps, I'm getting hungry though. I regret not eating before I started the stream. I can't really do a lot of battle damage on this gauntlet because, yeah, it's practically brand new. Oh, there's one little spot right there. Yeah, when I went to school and learned 3D Studio Max and Maya for like video production. I ended up a web developer. um, don't need to get into all that, but it's definitely a joy that I've always had, a passion I've always had in my life. All right, sorry, my wife keeps popping in. I forgot what I was saying now. Dang it. Oh well. Oh yeah, I was just saying how this has really just always been a passion of mine. I've always been like in high school. I was always in the art house, like sculpting out of clay, like building stuff. And like I said, I went to art school, and so now this has been a really really great hobby for me. It's just the perfect mix of everything that I enjoy doing. Like, seriously, I'm gonna do this until my eyes and my hands won't let me do it anymore. Oh yeah, you know it. Yeah, I switched. The guy at the hobby shop talked me into using these single solid copper wires instead of the braided copper. Way easier to like bend and position and stuff. So like the wires are actually just holding the LED kind of like floating in the middle of the hand. I have it centered right behind this main jewel up here. So yeah, and I can just go in there with tweezers and just reposition it. It's fucking fantastic. And wait till you see the switch. Wait, the little magnetic induction switch that I put inside of the shield. So like right there, that little magnet. Um, Down inside the base, you can't even see the induction switch, which is really really cool. I could have I could really hide, like I didn't really try to hide it. I hit it on accident inside the base. I didn't wasn't really trying to hide it in the shield. But yeah, you can just paint right over it. You can resin right over it, and then that still works. You can really like hide switches with the magnets, and they don't have to be solid contact. Like I made sure to test that before I did it. The magnet doesn't have to be like on the induction switch to work. Like it just needs to be in the area, just close enough, you know. So you get a little bit of a grace, a little bit of freedom to build your switches. Yeah, I was just saying, I'm thinking about doing Darth Vader after Thanos. Since I'm going to start a villain run, I'm going to start with the biggest villains there are. So Thanos, Star War, Darth Vader and Star Wars villains. I might do a Palpatine. I don't know. I got them all. Got them all, baby. Yeah, I did cover it in the air. It's probably like the second video, maybe first or second video. I was really just. I mean, I kind of ripped through. There wasn't a whole lot of sanding, and like, I did have to do a lot of seam stuff, but I did that yesterday. Um, so yeah, I think it's the second one. I ran all the wiring, and I'll do a good summary of it on when I do the summary video for this one. I'll do a good spot on how I ran the electrical. A lot of people, like, that's the thing, is like when I was a beginner, I had no idea how to do it, what I was doing. I still don't really. I'm just kind of making it up, but I can at least share, what I do, and it might be wrong. I might make some modelers out there just like upset with how I do things, but not a right and a wrong way, right? It's just a way. This is my way. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but we'll see what happens. I'm also like, I'm not like some people say you got to put in like resistors and a bunch of other crap. Like, yeah, if you're dealing with a whole bunch of like a high voltage or a whole bunch of LEDs or something, you might need something more complicated. But for this kind of stuff, sometimes I overclock these little LEDs because I usually only have them on for a few seconds to a minute. It's not like they're just on all the time. You're not wiring up a house. It doesn't have to be like gold connections and everything. Just stick it in there, add some power, call it a day. It is fun though. I do enjoy adding LEDs and switches. My switches have gotten progressively more complex. Like, first it's just a button, like a toggle button, and then I used I built a little toggle switch inside of my Iron Man statue inside the logo. So that was the first one I hid. I regret not putting a switch externally on Cyclops. He's just under the bottom, so you kind of have to lift him up and turn it on. Those are the only ones that I have lights in. Oh, Mace. I have Mace Windu and Obi-Wan, and those are just under switches as well, power pack switches. So yeah, so I'm trying to get better about those, about how I do switches and stuff, which makes it a little more fun. And it'll be a good, hopefully it'll be a good algorithm attention getting video. You know what I'm saying? I think there's enough people that would be interested in watching me wire up a magnetic induction switch. Might not even know what that is. Help them out. All right, now I'm just being absurd with this. Now there's absolutely no need to do what I'm doing. Can't get this folded paper down into that top one. This bottom one was the most egregious offender, so it looks pretty good now. Trying to get rid of some of that wobble on the edge. It's supposed to be, it's metal, so I want it to be a bit of a sharper edge, no wobble. Oh, I saw that, Mando. No, I'll definitely, yeah, of course. I probably will do Vader after this, to be honest. Like, I need to switch it up. I've been doing, but I mean, at the same time, I don't want to do 2 LED statues back to back. But the only other option I have would be, well, any other villain I also want to put lights in. all my villains are going to light up. That's funny. I want to do a Mr. Freeze. I want to do a Green Goblin. I got an Electro. All of those could probably light up some way or another. Ah, fuck it. It does take a lot longer though. You know, pull wires and plan switches and install battery packs and all that jazz. Alright. Sorry, I know this is boring, but these are little details that I gotta get. Alright, I think I checked the legs. I think these were all good. Yeah. At the inside or the outside? Ah. That's really annoying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These, I feel like my villain run is going to be pretty popular. Like, I think I've noticed on my counts, like my video counts, it's not really. It's more about like whatever. It's more about the character that I'm doing that seems to get people's attention. So I think Thanos is going to be a big one. I think Vader will be a big one. And we'll see. Sucks, but I gotta touch up that one little spot right there. Ugh, I thought I was done. I thought I was out of priming hell. Here I am going right back in. That leg I did check. Let's check this arm over here. That looks pretty dang good. There's a couple little spots right there along the ridge, but you're not going to see it because it's facing the inside, so I'm not going to worry about those. We're gonna call that one good. And pretty sure it got his head pretty well. Hit that in there a little bit better. Yeah, it needs to go down there just a little bit. Dang it. Maybe up in there. I'm not gonna worry about those little parts because they look like part of his beard texture, his chin texture. Trying to fix that, I just make it worse. All right, so boots were good. Those were good. Base is good. Everything else needs a touch up, and I gotta do these spoons. So let's head over to the priming booth and get some priming going. At least it'll be easier to prime the parts this time. The first time I primed it was really hard to figure out a place to hold them. Let's start with the big boy here. A little spot in the back. Oh, this thing's huge. It's like hurt my arm to try to hold this thing in place. Where did I get this print? This is Wicked. This is a Wicked. It's from their Patreon. And I'm doing the alternative version. This is the version from the bust. It's slightly different pose, where sorry that I saw a spot. Oh, I did. How did I miss that the second go around? All right, hold on. I gotta touch this up again. Gotta get up inside of this little bicep area. And sometimes it's easier to use a brush to prime these areas where the air just doesn't want to go. Forgot my hook. All right, there you go. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, this one I think. Oh yeah, this one had. Let's see right there. It's a full moon right now. That was a little bit much. That's okay. bunch of little eddies in there. And get the air to blast down in between. But we're gonna make it do what it do. I give it a smoothing it out a little bit. Oh wait, almost missed that part. I also want to make sure this is as blacked out as I can, because once you shine lights through it, any little cracks in the primer, light's going to show through. So probably going a little overboard on this one. That's okay. I have no idea where the light's going to shine through this thing. Until after it's done. Why is my airbrush in gloves? Oh, I see. Gotta build up. That's okay. Oh, come on. All right. And last but not least, let's get the shield primed. Load that up there. There we go. Let's prime that up. Okie dokie. Now, let's get these spoons primed. Priming spoons so I can test my paints. I got a bunch of gold options, and if I can use a different gold on Iron Man than what I use on Thanos, I would like that a lot. So, ooh, splatter. I also want to test these transparent colors over chrome. I tried with some ink. I'm gonna try that red ink again, just to see maybe if I'm oversaturating it or something. The first time that I ended up not liking it. I'm also going to try them with just a primer straight out of the bottle, and then try the gold like direct application without any sort of, what's going on with that spoon? Without any sort of like secondary layer, like a gloss black. I'm going to try it with just a straight prime. If I do end up going with the gloss black, it'll just make it more, shiny. So it'll be a win. But I don't want to. I'm gonna see if I can get away with just a basic application. Only doing primer. I like to put my primer on pretty thick, especially for these spoon tests. That bright gold looks nice. Last one. All right. You guys watch paint dry. Let me know how it turns out. I gotta clean out this airbrush. Guess I don't need to give it a full cleaning. I'm about to run through a bunch of color. Woo, all right, this is gonna be fun. I gotta give these spoons a few minutes to dry, so I've been at this for almost an hour and a half, so it's perfect time for a little health and safety break. Keep that cup set aside. All right, I shall return shortly. All right, back. Coughing right in your face as soon as I get back. All right, looks like my spoons have dried. I got a little piece of naan in my belly, so hunger pains are gone. My mic is way over here. Hold on. What I was saying was, I got a piece of naan in my belly, so I'm not growling anymore. Looks like my spoons are dry. I think we're gonna ready to start some paint tests here. Let's just go left and right here. Let's try this metal color steel. Actually, I should probably mark these while I'm going. Metal color steel. Steel's a weird word. So let's go to this. What's up, Dean? Going to getting these color tests done. I'm probably not going to be painting tonight. Go ahead and warn you guys. I'm going to get these paint tests done and decide on my palette, and then I'll probably start tomorrow because I just realized how late it's getting. Not late, but late enough that I feel like I want to start fresh. This is going to take a couple hours. Not even, well, it shouldn't take a couple hours, but it's going to take definitely an hour or so. Search this. This is steel. I'm not mixing this either. Like, I'm not diluting it. This is just straight out of the bottle. Oh, it's very thick. Nice. What sucks is that I got to clean out this airbrush every time. Oh, you know what? I need to also consider using a lot less. Even just the well of the gun is way deeper than I thought. All right. Number 2. This is, what do we got here? Mecha color steel. I don't use these. I'm trying to branch out a little bit. Is it called mecha color? Writing on this little stick is hard. Also, my handwriting is terrible. Alright, you don't need to watch me spray. I don't need to switch cameras each time. It's gonna be too much. It's not bad, it's a little lighter. Alright, so well, let me get my airbrush clean. clean now. All right, so yeah, this is a big statue, but I got all the electrical run and all the hard part is done. So now it's just paint. So now for these three, I'm going to run through some of this chrome first. I'm thinking that I'm going to chrome the helmet and the shield parts with the chrome. I want to see how the reds look for Iron Man's helmet. I want to see how the blue looks for the shield. I also want to try this other elven armor, just metal flake blue, see what color that blue is. And then, yeah, and then the golds I'm testing for Thanos and for Iron Man. Which right now, this bright gold is looking, it's caught my eye. But let's see how the other ones work out. So anyway, first up, I'm going to get some chrome on these three. I think I'm almost out of this bottle, but I do have another one, so no worries. I am very excited for this statue. He's got a special place in my office. So I'm going to give those a second to dry. Clean up this chrome out of here. So much of this testing is just cleaning this airbrush. So I have become very proficient at it. But it still takes a second. Especially for these metals. I don't know why they like to stick to the inside. I think the flake is a little grabby or something. Alright, while those are drying, I'm going to take this elven armor and give it a go. How do you spell elven? E-L-V-E-N? That sounds right. Elven armor. Alright. Oh, wait for a second. Let's get the chic. Alright. One drop airbrush there. little bit of a stir. All right. Let's see how this does. Ooh, it's shiny. Let that dry. See how it turns out. Before I make any judgments, that might need another coat, but it was black to start with, so I'm seeing more light than dark, so maybe it should be okay. Oh, this blue is going to be stubborn. Still coming out. Alright, it's got to be clean now, right? I think so. Hard to tell. It's blue towel, blue paint. So. Alright, I think those chromes are dried. So we're gonna try. Let's go down the other one here. It's Game Color ink. So this stuff, it's a water-based acrylic. So it is water-based. All right, see what happens. I don't know if you need to shake it. It's an ink. I don't think it's supposed to, I don't think it separates. We'll just go with it. All right, so yeah, so this is the Game Color ink. Yeah, especially for doing stuff like this, where it's just like a work a workhorse. All right, looks like you can like over ink it. Again, I'm gonna let it dry. See how I feel about it in a second. Have to look at it close to see how much of that chrome is coming through. All right, what do we got next up? We've got this transparent red from Createx airbrush color. So I'm assuming that I can just drop it right in without diluting it. Oh, it's not enough downward pressure to hold the thing still. I do love my little mixer though. All right, so yeah, this Createx transparent red. I can never spell this. CREATEX, or is it IX? It's Createx. Transparent red. On chrome. Let's give this a shot. I don't know, that's pretty thick. And for smaller tip sizes. It's just a shot. It's not that much. Oh, it's a little bit more. Thought I had too much. It's definitely deeper. Probably could have maybe lightened up on that one a little bit. I may have oversaturated it. I can still see some of the taper down there, so. In retrospect, I should have gave the spoon like a fade. I'll try that with the blue next. Bottle bags. This is that Createx. There you go. Oh, it whistled. That's fine. red does not want to come out. All right, there we go. That's one. All right. Next up, we've got this one, Createx Transparent Blue, Deep Blue. Yeah, see, I don't know if I mean, that's okay. Let's see how it looks when it dries. Maybe if I lighten up on it, that might work. Maybe I just oversaturated it, which might be a problem. Wait, this is... Createx. Transparent. What's this one? Deep blue. I like the Elven armor. That's a nice blue for the cap shield. Transparent. Go load this in. There. Alright, so this one, I'm gonna try a bit of a gradient. A little bit more than that, though. All right. Yeah, just a smidge more, because it's not transparent as much as it is just spotty. Alright, so it's a bit lighter on that side. Trying to let some of that chrome show through. Looks a little purple. It's a little purple on camera, I think. Those, it looks like those are going to take a while to dry, so. Now, I'm sure this blue is going to be just as much of a pain to clean out as that red was. Oh, there was one other test I wanted to try. No, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Never mind. Not for this one, but um, I saw this thing where a guy like base coated like the prime, um, like the primer, the base coats, different colors, like a red, a green, a blue, or whatever, and then he put a graphite. I have the graphite powder somewhere here. The graphite powder that you rub on there, and how it took on like the tint underneath it. That looks like a really good effect. I can't do it on these pieces because I wouldn't have room to get in there and rub. It'd just be a big mess. So I'm gonna do these the old-fashioned way, but at some point I do want to try that shiny metal trick, um, because that would be kind of cool. Or tell if it's clean or dirty, or if it's clean or not, because red. But it's okay. We're gonna move on and get some of these golds done. Yeah, it's I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hit it with a gloss. It does have a nice like glint of metal underneath it, but it's not as vibrant. It's not as, I don't know. I might try, like I said, I might try a gloss over top of it. I don't know if I like that one as much. This seems to be pretty nice. I think it would pair well with the bright gold for Iron Man. It's a nice deep red. I tried the pearlized red on my Iron Man, and I'm not happy with it. It's a little too light. But that seems to be pretty nice. So anyway, we're gonna keep going. What do I got here? This is just Vallejo gold. It was nice already having these guys in my paint library. I didn't have to worry about those, so encourages me to do this properly now, because I was like, that was very handy. mixing up a little airbrush uh, airbrush thinner in the gold, so it's not 100% properly diluted, but it's closer than what it would have been. All right, let's see what it do. Ooh. It is flaky. Alright, so minus a little chunk there. That's not a bad looking little gold. Got a lot of pearlies in it. It's a little on the greenish side, but let's see what happens. See how it goes. This is old gold from Vallejo. Oh, actually, let me clean this brush out. All right. Speaking of wives, mine was dropping in to say hello. Uh, that's funny. Yeah, I just picked up some. I picked up some really good purples for um, for Thanos' skin tone. Actually, it's actually this one called Alien Purple. And then I got Grimoire Purple, this Hex Violet for a highlight. I think it's gonna look nice. I also have the Grimoire Purple. It's a little plummy. See, I don't know how purpley I want them to be. I think I want them to be pretty purpley. This is a little like a. This is a darker, got more. I don't know. It's hard to describe. This is probably what I should do. Maybe I'll do a little bit of both. Maybe I'll put the purple alien on first, tone it down with this, and then use the other for a highlight. Anyway, I picked up some pretty fun colors today. I think this terrestrial titan, again, aptly named. It's a bit of like a darker. It's not quite black, but it's kind of a darker blue. I think that might be good for the inner parts of his armor, you know. So anyway, either that or this deep ocean blue. That might be nice in there too. I have to look at the character model after I get past painting the base. All right, I'm getting distracted. What was I doing? I'm painting this Vallejo Old Gold. Old gold is the best gold. This looks a little like it's like a tarnished gold almost. Oh, got a blockage. Big pick in the house. That one. Oh, there's one. All right. Alright, old gold. Let's see what you got. It's a little richer, I think. Alright, ready for the next. What do we got here? This is an air. This is Vallejo Air. Gold. I'm gonna give this a nice long shake because I have not used it in forever. Actually, I don't think I've ever used it. Looks like it might be a little coppery. Let's see how it turns out. So this is Vallejo Air. Gold. This I don't think I need to dilute it. Let's see. It's a little thicker than usual, or what I usually like, but it should go through the airbrush okay. Let's see. Alright, so next up we have Vallejo Metal Color Gold. So I think I gotta give a real good shake because it's very strange. I've not tried this. I do like the Metal Color series, so they are my favorite. I got hopes for this one. Now these probably would look a little shinier with if I did a black, if I did a glossy black subcoat, and then did a high gloss varnish on top. It would definitely make all these golds a little more rich. So I'm really just looking for like the tone, like the warmth. Right now, that bright gold has my eye though. What's up, Art? Just doing some color tests. Gotta find the right gold for my boy Thanos. Oh, this one's very easy to oversaturate. I like that. I think I like the color, but I don't know if I like it for this application. Let's see how it looks when it dries, though. Sometimes it gets a little richer when it dries. Thanks, John. Yeah, like I said, there's a couple of these that I'd done on a previous test, and so I'm glad I saved spoons because I need to update my library. So this is a perfect opportunity to do so. All right, so this is a pearl copper from Createx. Did I say copper? All right, let's give this a go. wonder if I just didn't get, what was it? It was just up in the cap or something. The color looks a little weird. It's very mustardy. You know what? That's might be why I set it aside. I noticed it in the back corner. I noticed in the back corner of my where I keep my pants. I think I know why I set it aside because it does not look good. All right, now I need to give this airbrush a proper cleaning real quick. Tomorrow's my first dusting day of the new year, so I'll give this a deep cleaning tomorrow. Let's give it a good thorough cleaning right now. I love this airbrush so much.
Good enough to like.
Sorry. Well, actually, I guess there's nothing else I really want to get done tonight. My back is kind of hurting, so I've been on my feet for a while, running back and forth between these desks. I'll leave a little bit of airbrush cleaner in the gun overnight. Doesn't hurt. All right. So I'm gonna let this dry overnight. I can't tell if it's dry or actually that shiny. But I like the red and the blue. That's a decent blue too. But for Captain America, I think that's gonna be the way to go. I still really like this gold. This is garbage. I like this gold too. Like, these two have a nice pearl to them. To make it more dynamic, what I may do is do the bright gold first, and then do greedy gold like in the shadows. So I may make it. I may use both of these. I kind of like this one. I think this is probably more like suit accurate, but I like the brightness of that one. This one's nice too, though. This is a nice richness. Like, this is, I don't know. This is actually a really nice color for his armor. I want to sleep on it, of course, but this I don't like at all. This I don't like at all. I'll start eliminating spoons tomorrow. This is... It's got the right tint. I might gloss it. Before I hang this up, I might gloss this one tomorrow. It's got a cool, like, under kind of iridescent to it. I can't really explain it, like just the way that it catches the light. But the saturation, it looks just powdery, almost like a powder coat. So maybe if I gloss it up, it might be in the running. It might richen it a little bit. For the base, I want it to be very plain. So I'll just do I'm just going to do a dark metal and do some washes, some panel liner. I'll just do some, yeah, so I'm just going to keep this dirt simple. So the mecha color's not bad. It's like it's just more of a dark metal. It actually come out kind of good too. All right, well, anyway. Yes, it was. Sorry, I just seen that, Dean. It's funny. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna hang it up for the night. I got these to noodle over before I lock down my set of colors here. But I think I'm gonna hang it up for the night, and then tomorrow I will start fresh. Hopefully in the morning. I'm gonna try to get up early and get going because I gotta get back on schedule. My my office job starts again on Monday, so I gotta get used to waking up at a decent time again. Today I slept until like fucking 10:30 or something something ridiculous. Like the whole morning was gone. Um, so I don't want to do that again. It was nice, but I don't want to do it again. So I'm gonna try to get going in the morning, and yeah, get back to it. Now comes the fun part. Get to start laying down some paint. This base is gonna be fun. I'm gonna do the base first and knock it out completely because it's just in the fucking way. So I need to be able to just knock it out so I can get it out of the way, and then I can start working on the big old body parts. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna get started on that tomorrow. Until then, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next time.